Hey YouTube, what's going on? BD Kane 721. Happy Thursday morning. Hope everybody's having a great week. Today I'm going to be doing a response video from Mike over at Baseball Collector. He is doing a giveaway contest for some slab vintage cards, and he's asking a very simple question which really piqued my interest. I normally don't participate in too many giveaway contests here on YouTube, but every once in a while I'll see or hear about one that is um, uh, either a great idea or something that really piques my interest like this one. So if you don't know who Mike is over at Baseball Collector, go check him out. I left a link to his video below and his channel. Definitely worth your time. Legend in our community, has been around for quite a while, does so many great things for all of us here in the community, so he's certainly worth your time. So on to the contest. As you can see in the background, I did find some Topps Chrome over at Target, and I picked up this hanger box of 2022 Donruss. I will be opening those boxes in a later video. Today I wanted to focus on this video response for Mike. So, what pet peeves do I have in the hobby? That is the question that he is asking. List out your pet peeves for the hobby. Very, very good question, something that I think we all deal with on a daily basis. And this is a great way of airing those grievances here on YouTube. For me, it's very simple. It comes down to two things. I am a set collector for the most part. And so therefore, whenever I am buying cards on eBay or other platforms, I'm generally getting packages in the mail all the time. And a lot of times they are coming in packages that are what they call the plain white envelope format, and they come in these, flimsy plain white envelopes that have one, maybe two cards in them, and it cuts down on the shipping cost for the seller, makes it easier for them to get it to the post office because all you got to do is really basically just drop it off in a mailbox, and everything's good. Now I don't really mind sellers sending me cards in this manner as long as they properly protect the cards inside. But there are two things that generally happen on a regular basis that really frustrate me, and I hope to explain it to you really well today so you can kind of understand where I'm coming from, or at least why they frustrate me. Because I probably get at least one of these packages on average every day because of the type of collection that I have. So whenever I buy a card on eBay or wherever, I'll buy a single card, something like this that I need for maybe a set that I'm putting together. This happens to be a refractor of a heritage product, and it's a numbered card, as you can see in the top right hand corner. So it's one of those cards that, hey, it's maybe not more than a few dollars, but to me it's valuable because it goes into a set, and it's going to complete my run of cards for that particular product. Seller will normally put it into a soft penny sleeve, protect the card. And the person will also typically, not all the time, but typically put it in a top loader, just like this one. And to start with, that is a great way of protecting your card. Now, problem is when you put it into something like a soft, flimsy, plain white envelope, the card will slide around, it'll move around, and there's a chance that it might actually break open the envelope or get bent around or thrown around to where the card itself could slide out of the top loader and get damaged, or the card could get bent and get damaged. So there's a lot of things that could happen to this card. So sellers will generally do things like, well, maybe they'll put it in a little team bag like this and close the top, and that will help to keep the card from moving out of the top loader. Or they'll take two pieces of cardboard, they'll sandwich it in between two pieces of cardboard and put that into the PWE, and all is said and good. Or they might get some decoy cards that they've gotten in their products that they've opened, and they'll put that into the envelope and keep it nice and sturdy so that it won't bend around. But there's a couple of things there's a couple of other things that they'll do that really irritate me. One is they'll actually put a piece of tape on the top of the card to close up the top loader so that it won't slide around and come out of the top loader. That's actually not a bad idea. I like that. If the problem is when they start doing things like this, where they take a top loader and they take packaging tape like this, and they'll start taping the hell out of these top loaders, even taping them up to the cardboard, even like they'll put it like this and they'll start wrapping this thing in packaging tape, and you end up getting a top loader that looks like this with a card inside, and then getting the card out of this top loader with packaging tape is almost near impossible without taking a blade to it and cutting it open. And then of course the top loader is then rendered useless, and you have to just basically throw it away. Guys, don't use packaging tape. This is not meant for packaging up cards like this or products like this, especially a single card. I can understand it if you have maybe a brick of cards that you're sending somebody and you really want to make sure they don't move around. I can understand that. You put it into a little box with some peanuts or some bubble wrap or things like that. Okay. But when you're just putting one card into an envelope, don't package it up so it looks like this. Don't do this. This just irritates me beyond belief. I can't tell you. Second thing that people will do that really irritates me, which is not as bad as that probably, when a person puts this card into an envelope, I think the biggest thing that they try to avoid is for the card to slide around in this envelope during shipment. So what do people do? Can anybody guess what they do? They take a standard piece of Scotch tape, something like this, and they'll tape the card to the inside of the envelope like that. And sometimes they do it in several locations depending on how big maybe the envelope is. They'll tape it so now the card is really not going anywhere. It's not sliding around. They might tape it again to make sure that it doesn't have any movement at all, so that to make sure that this thing doesn't move around as it's going through shipment. So when it comes to me and I get the card in the mail, what do I normally do? I normally, as you guys have seen in the past, I will take a pair of scissors and I will cut this envelope. In fact, you know what I'll do? Let me just seal it. So I'll seal the envelope. Now you've got this envelope that's got the card inside. It's taped to the inside of the envelope. I'll get it in the mail, and instead of doing what a lot of people do, which would be to slice open the envelope, I don't like doing that because I don't want to damage anything that's inside. I'll try to feel for the end that doesn't have anything there. I'll cut open the end of the envelope, and I'll pull the card out from there. But of course, now because it's taped up, I can't pull it out. It's stuck in there. So then I end up having to rip open the envelope just to get to the card, and I still have to then rip out the card from the envelope and throw it away like that. That is probably one of the most frustrating ways people ship their cards. It's not terrible, and it really doesn't hurt the card, to be honest. It's probably a good way of making sure the card does stay intact and stay in one place in the envelope, but it is a very frustrating way to open up packages. So that's it, guys. Those are my two major pet peeves in the hobby. Hope that was helpful. Mike, I hope you have a successful contest, and congratulations to the winners in advance. Go check them out. Give them a sub, thumbs up, all that good stuff here in the community. I'm sure you'll get a lot out of it. Until next time, when I open up these two boxes, I will talk to you then. Might be tomorrow. Probably will be most likely next week. So I will see you then. Take care.